Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name's Tommy Sylvester, and for my Get Out and Do It, it was chapter 17, number 3. So what I was supposed to do was to go to Amazon, shop for a best-selling book, and I was also supposed to pay attention to the customer service, and how the customer service compared to the brick and mortar stores and other websites as well. So finding a book on Amazon, there were a couple ways you can go about it. Um, the first way, you can click bestsellers, but bestsellers would be for all products. Then you would click the books category. Then they would have other subcategory for types of books, whether it be biography, mystery book, like thrillers, things like that. And then when you click on those subcategories, they would have those books, like the overall bestsellers, so they wouldn't be centered around like one age range or like one age demographic. Um, they would just kind of be overall. So the example that I chose was number 7 in sports, "The Mamba Mentality: How I Play" by Kobe Bryant. And then when you click on the product, they had a couple different options that you can get it, whether it be like a hardcover, paperback, or you can get it as an audiobook or ebook, things like that. Then they had details for how long the book was, the publisher, the date that it came out, and the language that it came in. Then the second way was there was a top hash for bestsellers and more that was specifically for books. Um, then you click on that hash. Then they would have the most read books, the most sold, the New York Times bestsellers. For this example, I clicked on the New York Times bestsellers. Um, with this one, they didn't have a number scale. Um, they kind of had them just separated, like if you were browsing. Uh, then they were kind of filtered by hardcover, paperback, the ebooks and audiobooks, and then with some of them they had them combined as well. Then same thing with fiction and nonfiction. They had specific ones just for fiction, nonfiction, and then they had them combined as well. And the example I chose for this was Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Um, the two examples that I chose were biographies, but you can do this for any type of book that you're finding, so it'll work for anything. So the other store that I chose was Walmart. I went to the brick and mortar store, as well as their online site. When going to the brick and mortar store, their book selection was near the back of the store where they had the rest of their entertainment, whether it be like video games, music or movies, things like that. When you'd walk to the book the book aisle or like book selection, they had a couple shelves for new and bestsellers. So they didn't have just one; uh, they had multiple. Um, Then when you would go down the aisle, the aisle will get younger. So right at the end of the aisle, they had books centered around children. Then you'd work your way back up again. Um, then it would kind of go from like middle schoolers, preteen, teenagers, things like that, and then work the way back up to the books that may or may not be like adult centered or anything like that, or for their reading range. Um, then going to the website as well. When finding a book, you click on the movies, music, and books section, and then you could filter. Then you could filter specifically for books. Um, there was a bestsellers filter. That's what I picked. Then you can filter for different genres. For this example, I went back to biographies again. Um, then scrolling through, just kind of browsing around the biographies and everything. They had a couple DVDs mixed in. I'm not sure if it was because um, when you first click on like the specific department you're searching for, movies, music, and books. I'm not sure if that was the reason. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just an error. Um, But the example I had from last time, the Matthew McConaughey biography, wasn't really able to to find it. I was just searching, or just browsing, so I ended up like searching for it. Um, and then when you click on the product, they had shipping options where you could just buy it, and then uh, the product would be like shipped to your house. Or you could buy it and you can pick it up in store as well. So for the customer service, for Amazon, they did have like a live chat and like a phone number. The way that I chose to do it was the online live chat. When you first go into it, they have an automated message like saying, what can we do to help you? What's your problem? Then you would make a selection, or you type your problem in. Then you get connected with somebody live. And the person I was connected with live just sent the name of the product if they had it, and then they just sent me the link of the product, which was very quick and easy. For Walmart, when I went in the actual store, there really wasn't an employee near the section, so then I had to go find somebody. But it also could depend on the store, and maybe the time of day that I went, um, because I think I went on maybe like a Tuesday or Wednesday night, so maybe it might not have been that busy as well. Um, so that could have a factor on it. Or maybe if I went to a different store, like probably Target, they might have more than one person in that specific department. Um, and then they also had a phone number, and they had an online help center, uh, but it wasn't the same as Amazon. They had a bunch of like predetermined questions saying like where's my order, things like that. Um, and then they give you suggestions on what to do. But I feel like with Amazon, their live chat was a lot more effective, and uh, that helped out a lot better. And these are my references, guys. Thank you for listening, and have a great rest of your day.